start over here. Breaking news now in the Donaldson area. 2 gunmen on the run after holding up a motel earlier this morning. News Channel 5's Dan Kennedy has been following this story all morning long for us. And Dan, the clerk robbed at gunpoint had to be frightening for that individual.
Very much so. Very shaken up by this whole incident. Didn't really get a good look at the suspects, but thankfully there is surveillance, and that's allowing investigators to pass along a pretty detailed description of them. We'll get to that in just a moment. I also want to show you some video from earlier when we first arrived that shows these crime scene investigators dusting the front door for fingerprints, and they also checked throughout the parking lot, photographing every little bit of evidence they can. They're going to use forensics and also that surveillance to try and identify the 2 men who walked into the Nashville Airport Inn and Suites about 3 o'clock this morning, armed with a handgun. They pointed it at the loan clerk inside and demanded cash. He was down face down on the ground, and then they raided the cash register, stealing only a small amount of cash, I'm told, before they got away. This morning, they're described as 2 black men, one of them 35 to 40 years old with a black and gray polo. He was wearing blue jeans, and keep this in mind, he was bald and he had a mustache. The other man, again, black male, gray sweatshirt. This guy heavy set. So that's the suspect description we have for you. We're going to post it on newschannel5.com. Police are asking for your help in helping identify and track down the suspects who robbed this motel this morning. Nobody, including the clerk, was hurt in this incident. Reporting live this morning in Donaldson, Dan Kennedy, News Channel 5.
All right, Dan, thanks so much. A man has died after his ultralight aircraft crashed in Coffee County. The plane went down in Prairie Plains Road in Hillsboro just before 5 last night. Sheriff's deputies say they found the pilot's body nearby the wreckage. His name's not yet been given out. It's not clear what caused the plane to go down, but the FAA is looking into it.
A hit and run in Hendersonville left 1 man dead and a woman injured. Detectives tell us the driver was drunk and never even slowed down. Hendersonville police tell us Chris Solomon struck a couple walking on Donman Drive Saturday afternoon, but didn't stop. Neighbors saw the crash and called 911. They told us there are no sidewalks in the area and speeding is a common problem.
You could hear them hitting every gear as hard as they could hit it and flying down through here just as fast as they can go, over 60.
Officers found Solomon several blocks away, still inside his vehicle. This is his 3rd DUI charge. More charges are pending. And right now, Metro Police are trying to track down the driver who hit another car on the interstate and then started shooting at the other driver. Now, the victims told police that they were driving on I-40 early yesterday morning when a man in a red pickup sideswiped them and then didn't stop. So they followed the driver to get a license plate number until he got off on Charlotte Avenue. And that's where they say he stopped, pulled a gun, and fired several shots and sped away. The victims were not hurt.
A man accused of murder in Kentucky waking up behind bars in Tennessee this morning. Clarksville PD catching up with Dorian Muirland at a home on Polly Drive yesterday. He's accused of killing Tyrone Williams outside of a Hopkinsville gas station Saturday, charged with criminal homicide. No word yet when he's going to be shipped back up to Kentucky. And a man is recovering this morning at the hospital after a gunshot wound. Friends rushed him there after he was shot in the back outside of the club Limelight on Woodland Street early yesterday morning. He should be all right. We're told he's not really helping with the investigation, however.
And happening right now, Nolensville police need your help locating this woman and her young child. Take a look at the picture. Atasha Warwick and her son Denver have not been seen since September 22nd. Police need to do a welfare check on the child. Call Nolensville Police if you know anything about them.